You are conflicted. There is conflict within you. What's happening? There is conflict within you that you cannot deal with. And you begin to just focus on the outside world. You never sit with yourself. You never look within yourself and look at your own problems. You find problems in the world. You find flaws in the world instead of looking at yours. Because when you just find flaws in the outside world and try to fix it, you also cannot fix it. Then eventually, if at all, you're forced to look within. When you look within, you find all those flaws within you, all those problems within you. Everything that you found outside, you found within, but you still don't know how to solve it. Now you've created this whole of consciousness into these two aspects, these two parts, the outside part and the inside part, and you have no peace in either of them. You're conflicted in both of them, so you create the third one, the heaven, the abode of God, where if only we get connected to that one, will be ultimate peace, ultimate joy. But these are just speculations. Have you been there? People have told you that there is such thing somewhere there, and you keep on following that all your life, but have you been there? Have you felt that? Is it not just speculation? And you are made to look like a fool. It is a blasphemy to say anything against it, but you as a human being have a choice to question everything. In the 21st century, you can question everything, and you must question everything in good faith, with good intentions, not because you have something against them, because you are in favor of yourself. You're really curious. You want to know. There is something from deep within that is rebelling and revolting and saying, none of this is making sense. I want to make sense of this. And they're using their own methods and devices to coerce you into obedience. Do you understand that? But you can pause. You can stand on your rooftop like me and reflect on that. And say, if I have no conflict, then I have no desire for anything else. If I'm completely at peace, there's only being, there's only existing, and whatever is happening is happening. Only when conflicts arise and we're looking for solutions, we're looking for them in this third world that we have created, the world of God. The outside world, the inside world, and the third world, the world of fairies and entities and souls and whatnot. But all of this is just a mere speculation. Okay? If you personally have had a lot of experiences regarding that, it's up to you. But I'm speaking to the ones who are able to understand me from the level from where I'm speaking. So let's make one thing very clear, that there is conflict in us. And we are dividing ourselves into inner conflict, outer conflict, and then there's conflict with God because we're not finding anything there, and we're just thinking, is God there? Is God not there? Was the world created? Was it not created? Should I believe? Should I not believe? But do you believe in the sun? Do you believe in the moon? You don't. You know the sun is there. You know the moon is there. So there is no question of believing. When you know, you know. And so focus on what you know and what you can know. And look at all your conflicts. It's better to look at your conflict and go deep into it intensely, like really with the purpose to resolve this conflict for once and for all, than to sit for a meditation where you're just focusing on your breath for 2 hours a day. You cannot avoid or suppress what is bothering you, what is giving you all this chaos and anxiety, and do something else to numb or distract yourself from that, because sooner or later it will come back to you. Whatever you suppress, it will come up when the right time, right context, right place, right time, right circumstances come for it. That thing will come up. Like a person that you thought you have completely forgotten, and 20 years later you see her or him somewhere, and suddenly all those feelings of 30 years old will all come back to you. So this was just a suppression. And if you're okay with suppression, again, it's up to you. But if you're not okay with suppression, if you really want to resolve all the conflicts for once and for all, then you must look at yourself totally, intensely, without hiding, without being afraid of what happens to your mind, what happens to your feelings, what sensations arise, what kind of dreams come to you. You must totally, intensely deal with yourself. If you are then also doing meditation and other things, and you're very clear that this for me is an exploration, I'm studying right now, I'm learning from everything because I want to study, because that's my intention, to pick from everywhere and see how it makes sense to me, then it's a different thing, it's a good thing. Because now you're not blindly following something or moving your body like this and rotting this whole thing, whatever that you read when you are doing this kind of things. I've seen many religious people all the time rocking themselves back and forth for hours and reading. Okay, again, I don't know, when it looks to me like this, I don't know what you're doing, but you know what you're doing inside. And what I'm saying is that when this is happening as a form of exploration, it might be the best thing you could do. But if this is happening because you are just another sheep who is following what is told to you and hoping that it will resolve your conflicts, not. You will only add to conflict. You will only create more conflict. Every single time anything bothers you and you get so bothered by it, and it is given to you by spiritual traditions or religions or whatnot, it's just another conflict added to you. So instead of helping, it begins to not help you at all, instead have negative effect. And towards the end, what I would say is that as long as you look at, when you're looking at yourself, as long as you look at this as you versus the whole world, instead of realizing, and we can go deeper into it some other time, instead of realizing that your consciousness is not separate from the consciousness of the whole world. You think that I am the observer who is observing the whole world, and I have a relationship with the whole world, and I need to fix it, I need to change it. You become separate from this whole thing, as if you are a fixed entity, and you are looking at the whole problem of whatever it is. Let's say it's violence. You're looking at violence. Then you're thinking, I must get rid of this violence within me. And who is this I that you separate? And then you see violence as something separate from you. But eventually one must realize that you are, I mean, there's nothing about violence that is not in you. So you are not separate from that violence. The observed and the observer, they're one and the same. So you are moving with everything. So the whole quality of observation changes when you realize you're not a separate entity observing the rest of the whole world, but you see that what is being observed is not different from who is observing it.